We love to say life is short. Maybe a life of 70 to 80 years is not long enough for you and me. But compare that with a mayfly which can live for only 24 hours. Now, compare our life of 70 to 80 years with this banyan tree which can live for over 2,500 years. Take a look at this particular banyan tree. It is so resilient that its central stem is no longer existent, but it is surviving because of its prop roots. The lifespan, that is, time between life and death, can be varied among organisms. It can be only a few hours for a few organisms, whereas it could be hundreds of years for others. The most resilient organism on the planet, the tardigrades, are known to live hardly for a year, but have survived 5 mass extinctions and have been around for 500 million years. Their toughness is due to their ability to survive different torturous conditions. You can freeze them, burn them, dry them, or even blast them into space and expose them to a massive amount of ionizing radiation, but the humble tardigrades can survive it all. As a demonstration of tardigrade power, a new experiment has shown that even locking the critters in a block of ice for 3 decades fails to deliver the ultimate knockout. 30 years later, all it took was a good thaw and a nutrient-rich solution for the tardigrades to begin wiggling their legs and stretching their bodies, coming back to life after decades of stasis. Their recovery was comparatively slow because they needed time to repair their cellular damage. Imagine how you would feel after spending 30 years frozen stiff. But all these survival mechanisms will be useless if the organism is not able to replicate itself. The biggest question on all organisms' minds are, how do I make more of myself? Or how do I keep my genes in the population? This question is bigger than all questions combined, including questions like, how do I feed myself? Where do I sleep? Or what is the meaning of life? Life on Earth did not begin when the first living cell was formed, but began when the first living cell could replicate itself. Every single thing that can reproduce or make copies of itself is said to be alive. When I talk about every, I mean every single organism. There is no exceptions to define life. In most cases, 2 cells, one from each parent, fuse together to generate a unique, never before seen, multi-trillion celled offspring. And so, as one generation takes the final curtain call, another is waiting in the wings. Reproduction is the insurance policy that guarantees that we continue as a species despite the limits of a normal lifespan. This ability to replicate itself enables an organism to live on forever, although not in its own form, but as a copy of itself, ensuring that the blueprint, that is, the genes on which the organism was fashioned, lives on forever. Reproduction enables the continuity of species generation after generation. However, reproduction does not create exact copies of parents, but usually creates offsprings that share a lot of traits with their parents. The distribution of traits changes due to modification of the genes that produce the offspring. How and why these modifications occur, we shall dwell on that in the coming chapters. But the primary reason the variations occur is because they are essential to produce offsprings with traits that are more favorable for survival and reproduction. As the distribution of traits changes over time, favorable traits become more and more common, with the environment favoring the organism with these traits, a process called natural selection. But all this diversity and processes of natural selection occur due to reproduction.